I was sent this video to react to about Candace Owens, Brett Cooper, Daily Wire drama. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. I have not yet watched this video, so we're live reacting together. Buckle in, guys. I think it's going to get juicy. It better be, or else whoever sent me this is blocked for life. Let's hit it.
Going on between Brett Cooper and Candace Owens? The answer's nothing. There's nothing. But again, they're just trying to essentially dirty her name, realizing Candace is dealing with the entire ADL attacking her and calling her anti-Semitic. Wouldn't it be great if we just threw a little bit of that on Brett Cooper too? So before she even starts her show. And what was really strange about it, it was the same exact pattern. So when I left...
And for those who don't know, Candace Owens left Daily Wire, and she's had so much drama leaving Daily Wire, especially between her and Ben Shapiro and also Jeremy Boring. Ben Shapiro and Jeremy Boring co-founded the network together. And recently, Brett Cooper has announced that she is also leaving. And Brett Cooper was quickly replaced by her producer, who was supposedly her best friend, all of a sudden just was so eager to fill in her shoes. And a lot of people are speculating that, wow, this girl has completely copied the demeanor of Brett Cooper. I'm sure you can find many videos to show you that yourself, so you can see for yourself. Maybe Candace goes into that, but just wanted to give you guys some background. That's what's going on. That's the tea. I even have some other inside knowledge. Maybe I'll get into it. We'll see.
Daily Wire, all of these journalists were writing basically about my Twitter likes. They were like, Candace liked to post saying that Jews drink Christian blood. Obviously, it was not true. I was liking a post that had more in that. And then the person made a joke, are you drunk on Christian blood, Rabbi Shmuley? That's the context. But then all of these accounts start sharing that Candace thinks Jews drink Christian blood. So it was the same thing that was now being done to Brett Cooper. It was hyper-focusing on a like, because Brett Cooper, who likes all of my posts, because we work together, I like all of her posts, I like all of Matt Walsh's posts, I like Mike. What if it comes across my feed, just like it. And she liked a post, which was a wrap-up, an annual wrap-up of everything that we did. And in that post, buried in it, was me speaking about my view on Palestine and Israel. So they're taking a like and translating it into Brett Cooper is an anti-Semite, okay? And this is what's in that Spectator article. Look at this.
Which, by the way, I totally do that myself. If I see, sometimes my Wi-Fi sucks and I don't even see the post, but I see, oh, it's my friend that I know in person and they're posting, I'm liking it to support them because they're my friend. It doesn't even matter if I agree with what they're saying, I just will like it. So the fact that people look at likes as pure endorsements is insanity, to say the least. Get on, I don't know, have a life. I don't know, live a little.
Cooper liking Owens's post raised questions. Does Cooper agree with Owens's take on the war in Gaza? Could this be tied to her departure from the Daily Wire? And does she plan to collaborate with Owens moving forward? And Brett responds, says, I like many of my friends' Instagram posts because we're friends. I'm unsure why liking my friend's end of year post a month ago is international news. But this reporter keeps pushing. He asks whether Cooper's like of Owens's post was a reflection of a change in her stance on Gaza or an act of post-wire solidarity. She again says, when a friend's post comes across my feed, I like them as friends do. So this
is a sign of people that their entire careers or lives, or so-called careers and lives, are completely about stalking other people. I one time had a friend in the political right-wing space who asked me, hey, why did you like this negative post about me? It was an Instagram post making fun of this said right-wing influencer, if you will. And I looked at it and I was like, wow, I don't even remember seeing that. I just saw someone that I'm friends with post something on Instagram. It didn't even load because I had bad Wi-Fi at the time because I lived in the middle of nowhere in Connecticut. You guys get the joke? You probably don't. Connecticut. It's an inside joke. The real ones know. Let me know if you know. You probably don't know. Anyways, I had bad Wi-Fi, so I didn't even see the Instagram post, but I still liked it because it was from a friend of mine. And other friend of mine was like, why are you supporting a post that's making fun of me? Truth be told, I didn't even see the post load because if I see a post from my friend, I like it to support it. It's nothing, there's no more intel from that. It's just supporting friends. Maybe not everything is a political move online. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, come on. These people don't have lives. You're stalking what certain people like on Twitter and Instagram. Seriously, get a life, get a hobby, get a wife, get a boyfriend. I don't know, get a dog, get a cat. Who knows? You're probably less of a shame to society if you become a crazy cat lady. And I'm talking to you two guys, okay? Literally.
Really gives me the ick. I'm just saying this really gives me the ick.
Hashtag me too.
Later on in the article, a moment comes, and again, nobody saw this article, A, because it was behind a paywall. I only saw it because they asked me to participate in it. And I'll tell you what I said to the article, by the way. Like, this is my exact quote. I said, Candace Owens is too pregnant to comment. I'm not getting involved in this. It's petty. It should be beneath everybody. Whoever's orchestrating this from behind, it's ridiculous. But then it moved on to kind of this weird moment where Jeremy gives a comment and he says, a year ago, Brett told me if she were to ever leave the comment section that Reagan should be her replacement. Daily Wire, the CEO of Jeremy Boring, Daily Wire co-CEO Jeremy Boring told Cockburn. 6 months later, Brett said she wanted to leave, and I realized that she was right.
I'm sorry. Did you guys catch that? Daily Wire co-CEO Jeremy Boring told Cockburn. Why are we not evaluating that name? Seriously. What the heck? Change your name. Come on. People change their genders these days. Change your name, okay? Okay, Cockburn, come on.
Reagan, in addition to being the producer of Comment Section for 2 years, is a huge talent and a great choice to carry on the show. But look at Cooper's response to this. She responds and says, I did not select Reagan. She have two comments that are completely at odds with one another. She is not saying much, but she's disputing what he has said here. And it just sort of dies on the internet because I'm not sharing this article. I don't care about this article. And I think it's weird. I think the timing of this article is weird. Okay. This brings us now to today, or this week rather, is what I should say. And this video that starts circulating. So now you have 4 days later, January 17th, Brett directly disputed Jeremy's narrative in a piece. Nobody saw it. It's behind a paywall, whatever. Gen Z doesn't read this stuff anyways. Fast forward to this week, and you have a moderator on a Twitter community. I didn't even know that you could have a Twitter community. I didn't even know that Twitter had this function. And the community is called Daily Wire Fan Club. And they release this, okay? It is extremely upsetting and distressing that Brett Cooper can't be bothered to defend Reagan Conrad, especially since Brett recommended her as a replacement for the host of the comment section to Jeremy Boring. I only hope Brett eventually releases a statement of some kind to combat the vicious rumors. Now, parking aside, first off, this is very clearly an account that's pretending to be a man. No man starts a tweet with, it's extremely upsetting. You're talking about a 23-year-old girl, okay? If you are the grown adult man that is pictured in that photo, you need to get a life. Extremely upsetting. Oh my gosh. And now I see there's a new narrative that is being launched, which is Brett Cooper is a bad friend. And I'm going, what's happening here? So I watched this video and...
Do you guys want to know some secret intel? Okay. I know people who know people that are connected to the people in this video, okay? And allegedly, Jeremy Boring would kind of... Listen, I'm against the Me Too stuff. No one's more against it than this bitch right here, okay? But allegedly, Jeremy Boring was abusing his power in these Daily Wire movies and trying to write in sex scenes, allegedly with Brett Cooper. Allegedly. And I've talked about this before on my podcast with Luke Beasley, a gay liberal man on The Grudge. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But I remember looking back at the Daily Wire Jeremy Boring's like chocolate Hershey campaign, whatever. And it's not even that weird, but it stuck out to me in my memory of Brett Cooper dressed kind of like a sexy secretary and Jeremy Boring coming in with his a bar of chocolate. I'll place it right here.
International Women's Day is upon us again. And I love an international woman.
However, if you know anything about Brett Cooper, she's either engaged or married. At least engaged, and she wasn't comfortable with these demands from Jeremy Boring, so she was trying to fight out of her contract, and she also was very upset about how the Daily Wire treated Candace Owens. So that's why you kind of see these two gals team up, and it's not a Me Too thing, okay? These are both like married or about to be married women. They're not Me Too bitches, okay? They really aren't. I really don't believe that at all. They're trying to smear them, and okay. Oh, this producer was Brett Cooper's best replacement. She's the perfect person for the job. Well, if she was the perfect person for the job, why not get rid of Brett Cooper yourself and then put her in? Because she's so amazing. No, she was the best thing that you had to sort of make the Daily Wire look so amazing and to continue smearing Brett Cooper. Like, oh, Brett Cooper, this was her best friend, and now she's trying to come against her best friend, and that's who she recommended for the job. Okay, it's an easy out. Yes, have the producer, a girl that's not freaking hideous, replace me, that's been, a part of the show. Sure, that makes complete sense. And I'm not saying I know these allegations against Jeremy Boring are true. I don't know that. I don't. I'm not just saying believe these women, okay? Because I'm not one of those Me Too bitches. I'm not, okay? However, let's say this is true. Let's say that these allegations and rumors are true. If this was allegedly her best friend, what kind of best friend would step in and be a part of this if these allegations were true, unless she is a casting couch ass bitch? Listen, I don't know if that's the truth, okay? I don't know. This is just what I've heard, okay? So again, these are all rumors, speculations. However, I'm against the Daily Wire. That's how I feel. Let's just get back to this. I ramble on, okay? I'm a bitch. What can we say?
Apparently, I'll give you the context here. Jeremy Boring, the CEO, co-CEO of Daily Wire, released a commentary, and I think it is very fair to categorize it as extraordinarily passive-aggressive. Okay, so I'm watching it and I'm going, is it just me or does this just seem off? Like something here is just off. And it turns out the entire internet read it exactly that way. And it's now everywhere and people are commenting on how off it really is. And so to tee this up, I don't know why he's answering questions. This could be, we used to do this thing like sort of, you get to ask us questions, but it's usually for the host. I don't know the context of whether this is an all access live, but somebody asked him a question about mean comments and mean feedback that Reagan Conrad was getting on her show. And, the show is not taking off, sort of a thing. So he answers it, and I'm paraphrasing here, by saying, well, actually, he explicitly says Reagan is amazing. And also the comment section was not Brett's.
I'm sure he thinks she's amazing.
Essentially, we created the show at the Daily Wire. Brett is tremendously talented. He says she's talented. She's great. She made the show her own, but also it was successful because of our marketing department, essentially. Like, it's not just Brett's, it's ours. And by the way, Reagan produced the show and also helped to write it. Okay. So I'm now going to cut to this YouTube.
I'm sorry. Yes, Brett Cooper, honestly, like the Daily Wire kind of pushed her in and she became a star, but it's not all because of the Daily Wire. You can't just put in any Joe Schmo ass bitch and have the Daily Wire with their entire team make a star out of her. There's something special to Brett Cooper. All right, you don't even have to agree with all of her opinions, but she's a cute girl. She has a good personality. She can, convey stories great. She's very likable. She's like that quirky girl, okay? Right? Like, we like her. You can't just push anyone in her spot with, I don't care how much backing you have. Yes, you can have all of the teams in the world. However, Brett Cooper was such a success because she has a natural talent, okay? From what I've seen, I haven't even seen a lot of Brett Cooper. But a lot of people want to say, oh, if I had all this backing from Daily Wire, I could have been so successful. Maybe. Listen, but there's a lot of people that didn't have the Daily Wire backing that became successful, okay? So if you really had that special spark, you could make it happen yourself, bitch, okay? Stop the hating. Brett Cooper has a special talent to her. It's natural, and it's not smart for the Daily Wire just to put in someone else in her show, okay? Because people see the daily comment section from the Daily Wire as Brett Cooper's show. You can't just slide in a new host and expect the audience to keep watching and supporting. They end up loving the host, not the show. The host is the show. You get it? That's why a lot of people, they try to sell a big YouTube channel and completely rebrand it to a brand new channel and host. It doesn't end up working because the audience doesn't just love the channel, they love the host. They get to love these personalities. So it's a cheap way of trying to make something or save something that doesn't end up working, but that's why these personalities, their best bet is to go independent. And as you've seen with Candace Owens, she left the Daily Wire, this big right-wing media corporation, if not the biggest in America right now. And her podcast is even more successful because she was brave and left. I hate even saying brave. I feel like a gay leftist, but hello, Candace, you got my endorsement. Don't sue me. Fringe right.
Named the quartering. who goes through what it is exactly that Jeremy says in this video so that you can just assess. Like, I think, honestly, the quartering, every thought that I had in my brain watching it, he kind of just said it. Here you go. Here's the first thing.
What Reagan hasn't done is taking acting classes to be more like Brett Cooper. That is just completely absurd. And it's hurt my feelings a little bit that Brett hasn't done more to defend her friend.
Whoa.
Has it?
Whoa.
Or is it convenient for Jeremy Boring to say that? Like, why? You're the co-CEO. You're not even a personality. Why are you even making a video about this? Who cares? He has to defend himself because he feels like he needs to defend a situation, right? He's trying to do damage control. His best case of action would probably be to shut up. Literally. You know, like, your last name is Boring. Like, that's not a coinkydink. I know for a fact. You're boring. Stop.
So now, guy worth 100. Whoa. So now, guy worth $100 million with $1 billion company is saying that Brett Cooper hurt his feelings because she hasn't defended Reagan, who is not Jeremy Boring, is not related to Jeremy Boring, has nothing to do with Jeremy. Why is his feelings hurt? He's like trying to guilt her into making some sort of statement promoting her old show, which she has absolutely no obligation to do.
And also, they're not friends. And so the language of making it seem like they are presently friends, and you would therefore be, I know, the whole world knows that they're not friends. So why would you be hurt by someone not promoting a show of their former friend? And also, I'm going to ask the question, can she even speak out about this? Because it certainly doesn't look like it.
And that's the thing. The entire friend narrative was to smear Brett Cooper. Why isn't she supporting her friend? She was the one who actually suggested having her friend, her producer, fill in her spot. There's way more to the story than we know. And it's because, in my opinion, I don't know this for a fact, but this is like what my female intuition is telling me, which may be wrong, but Brett Cooper is being very judicious and very gracious by not exposing these people. Truthfully, that's what I think. And Jeremy Boring is being not so boring in this sense and weaponizing the whole idea that they were friends to smear Brett Cooper. Let's think about it. If Brett Cooper was actually best friends with this girl, Reagan, that was her ex-producer that took over her show, the blonde girl, you know the one. If she was actually best friends with her and was so happy that she took her spot for the show that she quit, why isn't she promoting the show? There's more to the story. And maybe that's not necessarily in Brett's favor. Maybe it's in the Daily Wire's favor. Maybe it's in Jeremy Boring's favor. I don't think so. But just stay with me here, right? It doesn't make sense from what we know. So clearly there's things happening behind the scenes that makes Brett Cooper be like, yeah, this bitch Reagan is not actually my friend. That's why I'm not supporting the show. Read between the lines, guys. I'm a woman and I can even try to decipher what's going on here, okay? It's not that hard. By the way, if you like videos like this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, orange heart, comment, I don't know, Brett Cooper, she likes horses, comment an horse emoji, okay? I don't typically like horse girls, but I'll give her a pass. Do whatever you want. Comment, it helps boost the video in the algorithm. Let's get back to the drama.
And, NDAs are industry standard. So that also is another question. Then there kind of gets to this portion where he's speaking about acting classes, and I will just let Quartering take this part away as well.
Reagan's enormously talented. She's been an enormous part of building the comment section for the last 2 years. And I've never sent her to an acting lesson. She's never asked me to send her to an acting lesson. I've never asked her to do anything to be more like Brett. If anything, we've told her make the show as much your own as you can while maintaining the format. But she is like Brett because they are friends and collaborators, have been collaborators on the show. It's actually ironic because I did send Brett to various kinds of lessons as a
shade? Shade? Uh-oh.
performer, not acting lessons. Brett's a terrific actress and always, the entire time I've known her, she has been, as will be evident when you see the Pendragon cycle. But I did send her to dancing lessons and singing lessons in preparation for her role as Snow White. I sent her to dialogue coaching sessions to help her with her role in the Pendragon cycle. And that's good. That's like,
I feel like this is kind of a backhanded compliment. He's basically saying like, well, I had to do all this stuff for Brett Cooper, but he's like couching it it's like a compliment sandwich. He's saying, oh yeah, she's just so great. Well, I did send her to dancing lessons, vocal lessons, dialogue lessons, this lesson, that lesson.
So real.
But she's fantastic. This is classic passive-aggressive compliment sandwich boss talk.
That's how I read it. It just felt very backhanded, and I'm not sure why. I don't know why this is happening right now, why people can't just move on and have an amicable split, or if it's not amicable, just move on. Like, again, she's 23 years old. And once again, in that statement, he says friends. You know, they're friends. That's why they act alike. They are not friends. He knows they're not friends. Everyone knows they're not friends.
Exactly.
So what is the purpose of answering a question and saying something? Maybe here, let me be charitable. Maybe he truly is the only person in the world who does not know that the two of these girls had a tremendous falling out that the entire internet reported on due to her taking over the show. Like, maybe he's the only person who does not know that Brett unfollowed Reagan and deleted all. Maybe he's the only guy and he's really just being like, wow, I think they're still friends right now. Maybe that is true. But I don't think that's true.
It's not true. It's not true. Candace knows it's not true, and she's trying to allude to that and paint the picture that obviously that's not true. Jeremy Boring obviously knows that's not true. If Brett Cooper actually just wanted to leave the show because there was no ill wills, everything's cool, she just wants to move on and get married and like have horses and be a horse girl, of course she would want her best friend to take over because, hey, I'm quitting. I don't want to continue out my contract. Here's a replacement. This is so easy for you. You know, women, they tend to be agreeable. They don't want to cause conflict. It's very easy just to say, hey, I'm going to leave. Here's my replacement. Let me endorse her. If I didn't feel bad about a company that propped up my career and I just wanted to focus on my family and do whatever I wanted to do with my husband, like have kids, whatever, be a horse girl like Brett, fine. Of course, I would want to boost her. I would want to help the show because in some sense, being a girl, you know, a woman, we tend to be, like I said, agreeable. We kind of overextend ourselves too much. And it's like, oh, I want to make the show succeed because I feel bad that I'm leaving. But obviously there's more ill will, like I mentioned earlier. You better have seen that because I'm not going to repeat myself again. Anyways, there's more to the story. That's what I feel, okay? I have this female intuition thing. There's more to the story, plus what I know from behind the scenes. I'm not buying it. Jeremy Boring. The only time you're not boring is when you're full of bullshit, okay? You're as credible as a Me Too ass whore. That's how I feel. Anyways, put on your yarmulke again, Jeremy Boring, and shalom. Anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, comment an orange heart. It helps boost the video in the algorithm. Subscribe, comment, like, do it all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.